to manifest your specific person, you don't need to change who you are. All you have to do is identify as someone else. And I'll make this make sense, I promise. Right now, you feel you are someone, right? You have this identity, you have this ego. You know your name, you know your personality, you know your characteristics. But this entire version of you is entirely made up in your head. This whole personality is a construction of thoughts, right? Because if we go back to before you were someone who works out, goes to the gym, plays soccer, whatever it is, before that point, if I asked, who are you? What answer are you going to give me? And the thing that interrupts most people's manifestation is the thought process that they have to change themselves. So they think of themselves as the you. So think of the you who you feel you are. You feel you are a certain way, and you need to change this you into something else in order to manifest your specific person. But this you is just a construction of thoughts. It never is you, it never was you, and it never will be you. This is all just a construction of our thoughts and our beliefs. So instead of attempting to change this you into the version of you that is with your specific person, what we need to do is identify with something else. So we need to withdraw our attention back from this you feel you are, back to your consciousness, because your thoughts are not you. You are the creator of your thoughts. And if you focus your attention more on the creator, then you can start constructing any you that you want, and it's going to be a million times easier. Because thoughts and beliefs are not an individual at all, right? They can't change. It just is what it is. If you're thinking a thought, it's not that you need to change that thought first and foremost. You need to stop thinking that thought, right? And so I want you guys to just think of that for a moment and think of who you identify with, because that is one of the most frustrating things you can ever encounter in a manifestation, is thinking you're someone and then needing to change that into someone else. But you never were that individual. And a concept that talks about our consciousness in this way is actually from a book called Untethered Soul. And I want you to think of your consciousness, so who you are, your higher self internally, is like the space in a room. Okay? Got that? So your consciousness is the space of a room, because you can be anything. You can think whatever thought, you can have whatever belief, anything. You can do anything. This room and this space can be whatever it is that you want. But over time, through our life, we begin to fill it with stuff. Maybe with this lamp, maybe this microphone, right? We start filling the room with things, and those are beliefs, ideas, and thoughts. And so over time, we start to identify with those, or we start to come into our room and think, this is just how it is. And we attempt to either move stuff around or bring stuff in that just ends up cluttering it, right? Because if you want to get rid of this lamp and you feel this lamp is you and a permanent part of this room, that's really hard to do, right? But realizing then you are the space, you can move this lamp, you can get rid of it, and the room and the space have no problem with that. That's your mind. There is no problem. If this is the belief of feeling unloved, you can kick it out the door right now. And your whole mind, your whole body, your consciousness doesn't care. And for some reason, it's only our identification with this lamp or the feeling of being single. It's that identification that makes us feel like we can't get rid of it. We're like fully with it. So what do we do instead? What do we do with the belief of being single? Or we try to change it. We're trying to change this lamp that we don't need in the first place. And so hopefully this is making sense. And if you do have any questions or ideas, put them down below, because this concept can be extremely abstract. So be patient with yourself. But it is so powerful when you understand it with manifestation. So then the concept is stop identifying with the things in the room, your beliefs and thoughts right now. You don't need to change those, right? You need to get rid of them and restart. Because if I get rid of this lamp, get rid of everything else in this room, there's nothing here, and I can put whatever I want in it. And how much easier does that feel? If you're trying to create or change a room that is full of stuff, how frustrating. That's us, again, attempting the you who you feel you are right here. This is the representation of you. If you are someone who is kind, happy, positive, all of that is you, right? But let's say, well, I mean, those are all positive things. So let's say you want to get rid of the negatives. You can just take stuff out of the room or, again, restart and put whatever it is in your room that you want. And I want you to think about it in this way as well. If this isn't making total sense, think of the relationship that you have with your specific person manifestation. And this is a metaphor I always love to use anytime anyone is beginning a new relationship. Think of your reality or your life like a portrait, right, that you've painted, right? And you could think of either your life or your relationship with your specific person in this way as a portrait, okay? You've painted. What do we usually try to do when we want to change? We want to take this painting, rearrange it. How difficult does that sound, right? That's like taking the Mona Lisa and trying to take all the paint off of it and then use it to paint a different picture. But why would you put yourself through all of that frustration and that turmoil when you can grab a new piece of parchment or whatever and paint whatever you want? And it's so much easier. You can paint the same exact picture if you want, but starting from the original, so the blank, leaving your room blank, open, stop identifying with this picture, start a new one. And again, this could be this, it doesn't have to, I'm not meaning pick a different specific person. I'm meaning create a new relationship with your specific person where you assume them to be whatever you want. You're going to find that it's so much easier because, again, who you feel you are, if you feel single or feel lonely or depressed, a lot of people would say it's so hard to change that, right? It's so hard to stop that. But that's not you. You are the thing and the individual, the power that's aware of that. You are not depressed. You are not lonely. You are not sad. Those are just the thoughts and things that you're bringing in your room. So if we then, again, we're not changing anything. We're not changing this lamp. It would feel really difficult to change this lamp. If you said change this to, I don't know, a piggy bank, I don't know, something, that would be so hard, right? That is how we feel. We need to transmute the feeling of being lonely or being sad. But I can throw this out of the room in 2 seconds, right? As long as I stop identifying with the room needing this to survive. As soon as I let go of the concept, this lamp does not need to be here. It's as easy as that. And the crazy thing is, this is the concept that makes people feel manifestation is hard. That's because if I look at that lamp, if I look at the loneliness or sadness within us and I go, I need to change that, that's so hard. That feels so hard. But learning that never was you, it doesn't have to be you, it's just a thought, then we can take our room, I can throw this lamp out in 2 seconds, bring in whatever I want, right? Order off Amazon, right? Come in here 1 to 2 business days. It's same day delivery sometimes. And that's your reality. Your reality is like Amazon, right? It's going to order it same day delivery if you want it. But so this concept, if it's still confusing, leave any comments down below or any ideas, or if you love this idea, comment it down. What are you putting in your room of your consciousness? Put it down below. But this is it will shift your entire dynamic when it comes to manifestation, and you're going to realize how easy it can be when we stop trying to change this lamp into a piggy bank and realize we can bring in a new lamp of whatever we want, and that's the new belief. So you don't need to change you. You need to become someone else. And just think about that. But again, leave any comments, ideas in the comment section below, or questions too. I would love to dive further into this idea. If you did want to send me a personal question, head over to kyleaugustcoaching.com. If you did like this video or thought it was really inspiring or thought-provoking, leave a thumbs up on it. Thank you guys so much for stopping by today and hanging out with me. And I can't wait to see you in the next video tomorrow.